Hello everyone, my name is Fearless, and this video is a short and simple guide for the best ways for high stat armor in Destiny 2. So let's get straight into it. So first things first, before we start going out and farming armor, we need to make sure that we are setting ourselves up for success. So what you want to make sure is that on your ghost, you have an armorer ghost mod equipped. So what this does, guys, is that it guarantees that every armor you obtain will have a guaranteed value of 10 or above on that chosen stat. So all armor in Destiny 2 is split into two sections. The top half of the armor is mobility, resilience, and recovery, and the bottom half is discipline, intellect, and strength. The total stat value will be split evenly between the two sections so that the top half and the bottom half are equal each other. If an armor has a total value of 60, then the bottom half and top half will equal 30. If an armor has 61, then one section will have 30 and the other 31. So when deciding what three stats you want to max out, if two stats are in the top section, such as resilience and recovery, and the third is in the bottom section, such as discipline, then you want to put that ghost mod on discipline, as the stat distribution for the bottom half is one third, because discipline is one third out of discipline, intellect, and strength. And if you wanted resilience and recovery on the top half, you have a two-thirds of getting that out because it's resilience, recovery, and mobility. So you want to put that focusing mod on the half where you have the lowest chance. So that would be one third if you wanted resilience, recovery, and discipline, which would be the bottom half. The max stat for legendary armor is 68, whereas the max stat for exotic armor, I believe, is 71 or 70. So therefore, including an exotic into your build will increase the overall stats and make it easier to obtain triple 100s. The best way to farm exotic armor is in lost sectors. It is important to note that farming master lost sectors is a much more efficient way of getting exotic armor than farming legend lost sectors. Lost sectors rotate daily and rotate what set of armor they drop. One day might be helmet, one day arms, chest, etc. Another great way of obtaining high stat exotic armor would be to check out what Zer is selling. He sells high stat exotic armor as well as high stat legendary armor. Though with the exotic armor, you can only purchase one piece of armor per class. Another thing you want to have before you start farming armor is to make sure that you have the seasonal heirloom from the Season of Defiance reactivated. This will make it so that activities you complete, such as strikes and crucible, have the chance to reward Defiant engrams for free. These Defiant engrams can then be focused into high stat armor, sometimes with godly rolls. As you can see, my inventory is filled with god roll armor from these engrams. And the same thing applies for wish engrams this season. Another source of high stat armor is raids. The average amount of encounters is around 4 to 5, and each encounter can drop high stat armor, and it can also be done on all three characters. All raids drop high stat armor, so it does not matter what raid you do, whether it's the older raids or newer. However, good luck trying to find a group to run Garden of Salvation who isn't looking to do a dev run. Some downsides are that it cannot be farmed, as once it's dropped from an encounter, you'll have to wait till next week for it to drop again. You can buy armor at the end of the raid in some of the newer raids, however it is not recommended as it costs a lot of spoils to purchase this armor. Master raids also drop high stat armor, with the added benefit of focusing, which is displayed when you click on the master raid activity. This means that the armor dropped will have a guaranteed high value in the stat it's focused on that week. You can farm master raids, meaning it is not tied to one drop per week. There will always be two master raids. One will be the newest raid, which is at the time of this recording, Crota's End, as well as a second one which rotates between the other raids that have the master option. The stat the master raid is focused on changes every week. A drawback of master raids is that they are some of the hardest activities in the game, and gathering a competent and committed team can be a struggle. So by far the best type of armor to obtain in the game is Artifice armor. This armor comes with high stats, but also has another slot which you can use to add a value of +3 to any stat in the armor. This is very useful as it has more flexibility and can work with different types of armor to give you the best and most optimal stats. The class item Artifice Armor is simply a direct upgrade, as you have the +3 and no drawbacks as a class item does not roll with stats. To obtain Artifice Armor, you must complete a Master Dungeon and these rotate weekly. The dungeons that have the Master option currently are Duality, Grasp of Avarice, Spire of the Watcher, and Ghost of the Deep. Master Dungeons are a challenge, but nowhere near the level of difficulty of activities such as Master Raids. It also requires 3 people instead of 6, which means it's easier to gather a team together. Armor from Master Dungeons can be farmed, making it the best source of high stat armor in the game. So those are the best ways to obtain high stat armor, but equally important is finding out what piece of armor to wear to maximize your stats in the most efficient way possible. For this, there is a website called D2 Armor Picker. This allows you to select which stats you want to max out, and the site looks through all of your armor to find the best possible combination to obtain those chosen stats, allowing you to hit those triple 100s. Thank you so much for watching. If this helped you out, please leave a like as this will help the channel out greatly and help recommend this guide for other D2 players like yourself. Subscribe for more guides and other D2 content. See ya.